So, Shruti, I think this is a very interesting section of the show for me because there is a kind of abstraction leading into very deep kind of figuration. And so I wanted to understand this particular wall from you and why you chose these letters from Alkavi Nanavati leading into a very diverse set of artists. Someone like Bakula Nayak, who speaks a lot about depression, etc., to Saurabh Hura, whose primary practice was as a photographer before he moved to these kind of pastels, and this very young discovery of mine, Asad Ali Kalandar, who is master's recent graduate student from the Lahore College of Art.
Discovery through your...
And for me, I shout out to my fabulous friend Ritika Kochar from Delhi, who sent me these, dumped these massive amounts of catalogues of the art show, of the graduate art show at the Lahore College of Art. And I was lucky enough to have a friend from Pakistan pick them up and get them to Dubai and then carry them from Dubai and do all of that, as you well know, the rigmarole that we have to do to be able to get anything. But this was when, thankfully, it was legal to get into work, so they were bought in very, very legally. But back to you with the wall.
So this is coming after the Arshi, which is identity, which is again about the self. I mean, it's just about the self. And so this is of thinking of self as home. So where are you at home? So as a sort of central question of the show also. So home is often loved ones, particular people who we know we can be ourselves with, or who are our dearest, and who often serve as anchors in our lives, and the self, and the works play off against each other, with starting with Alkavi Nanavati, who the artist, from what I understand, lost her mother, I think early, and the loss of the mother informs a lot of her work. It's very moving, where she, I think, repetitively she returns to this exploration. For me also, it's also about how loss operates, how we live with loss, how many people live with loss. So these works, you can see it's beautifully tactile. So they're meant to mimic paper, and this is paper pulp, but pulped into this is letters written to her mother, photographs, presumably family photographs, some screen prints, and then it's all pulped and then played with. There's a clay-like, there's such a
tactile
and something extremely, it's very personally expressive when we work with material with the hand, and then she writes on it. And this is a larger series where all the letters that she writes to her mother, they seem Roman English like, or they seem decipherable but actually are not legible. So they remain similar to Ashi. There's a sense of holding back. They're very personal, that there is it's a personal communication. And this is called Letters from Dad's Visit. This is 2 works from a set of more works, larger, I think 5 or 6 works. And you have 2 of these. And I was very moved when I saw these. I mean, they're very striking. And then you're seeing script, and you're seeing this use of material in this way, it's very expressive, almost expressionist. And then the other works are, as you mentioned, Bakula Nayak. And to speak of things like depression is, it's something many of us lived with, even those of us that are on the, appearance-wise functional. And there's this, to me, what was very striking is this absence of the self. So if you see the work closely, there is a photograph in which the female figure is cut out, who's holding a baby, and the work is titled In My Arms. So it seems to me the self is absent, and the artist also uses printed text paper at the back. And that contrasted with Saurabh Hura, who, as we know, did a long series actually about his mother and her struggles with mental illness and what the kind of toll it would have taken on loved ones and family. But here, this is a painting, it's called Didu, which is Bangla for grandmother. So it seems like there's a grandmother who's enveloping the child, or the child that the artist was. It's an image of assurance of this person where that could be a home. To stretch the, coming back to the title, and this remarkable self-portrait effaces most of the self. So it's an image of ready familiarity, I'm sure to many people.
If you ever click a picture of yourself with flash on.
Yes, and also when you, those of us who struggle with self, with not feeling entirely at home in our selves, our identities, our bodies. So this is about that. So as I said, associations of home, and it doesn't necessarily mean we're always at home wherever we are, but we make
even
do.
if we are at home, at home.
Exactly. Are we at home? We make do, and those negotiations. So this is that section.